What's up guys, Dakota back with another video. It's been about a day or two since I last uploaded, but within that time we got some juicy updates on the timeline. I'm also recording this video a bit late, so bear with me today. Let's not delay anything and get this shit rolling. Alright, god damn, it's been wild on the timeline, I'll tell you that. I think I know something, then all of a sudden another tweet comes out, and then my whole mind's fucked. That's basically Rostermania. My mind is fucked. Alright, to start it off today, Jake Hale, my man Jake, always coming in with the spice, I'll tell you that. Multiple sources have confirmed to me that New York subliners will be signing Civ for the upcoming Call of Duty season after contract negotiations with Prestiahh fell through. He had been their #1 target if things with Prestiahh didn't work out. That's me right now. I don't even know what to think. I thought Civ was definitely going to Optic with everything going on with Draza going to faze. I don't think anybody in their right mind saw Prestiahh falling through with New York. Now, I know I covered New York and Prestiahh possibly having some contract issues about a couple days ago. I don't think anybody in the community thought that New York wasn't going to run it back after winning champs. They also won 2 majors last season, so they won 3 total events last season as a team, and they just dropped Prestiahh. Now, I am seeing mixed reviews on this move. Some people are saying, why would you drop Prestiahh after winning all those events last season? And some people, on the other hand, are saying you would be crazy not to sign Civ at this point in his career. Now, personally speaking, if I was on a team and we just won that many events last season, I definitely don't know if I would be wanting to make a change, but it's not the team's fault. It's going to come down to the management, and basically it comes down to Prestiahh not liking the offers that New York was giving him. And I do feel for Prestiahh just because I know I would be a little upset if I heard that my teammates were getting better salaries than I was, even though I was a part of the winning team last season. And you can't blame Prestiahh in this situation just because he values himself more than what they were offering. Now, me personally, I do think that Civ's slaying ability is better than Prestiah's, and I mean no disrespect when I say that, but just watching Civ compared to Prestiahh, I feel like Prestiah's more of a role player, which is, you know, exactly what you kind of want, but I feel like you also want that pack-a-punch slayer, you know? All right, next up on the timeline. Now, this ties into exactly what we were just talking about in a sense. Optic Texas are leaning towards Kenny as their fork to play alongside with Shotzi, Dashy, and Pred, according to Jake Hale. This right here is exactly what I wanted to see. I didn't think it was going to be possible. I really thought Kenny was going to stay on LAT. If I was Nadeshot, I don't think I would want to get rid of Kenny. Now, if Optic does acquire Kenny, that means LAT would be doing a full rebuild, which would actually kind of blow my mind. I really did not see that coming. But damn, do I think that this team would be a hell of a team. I mean, Shotzi, Dashy, Pred, and Kenny on paper, that team, that's a championship team. Now, I know some people have their thoughts on Kenny that, you know, he hasn't been performing to the best, but everybody kind of puts it past Kenny that, you know, he does have 8 chips, 1 ring, 3 champs finals. I mean, exactly what Cdl Scrim Intel said. Respect him. Last season, Kenny was also Major 4 MVP, which I think a lot of people kind of forget that last season, even though he didn't pop off, he still was very consistent and had his moments. Now, here's where it kind of gets a little spicy. When they posted this about Kenny, I don't think that anybody knew about Prestiahh's contract fully falling through yet. So now Optic could be possibly eyeing Prestiahh, but in my opinion, I think they would rather have Kenny over Prestiahh, and I mean no disrespect to that at all, but I just think that they're eyeing Kenny for a reason already. I think the players on Optic definitely have him in their minds. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that Optic really wanted Civ. I know that Hex and Nadeshot are really close. Obviously, Nadeshot used to be a part of Optic. Hex and Nadeshot are just very close. So I do think that Hex has been in contact with Nadeshot this whole time, kind of saying that, hey, I want Kenny. But I really do think this team is hype. Honestly, I love it. I would love for it to happen. I've been wanting Kenny on Optic. I actually wanted Hook and Kenny on Optic together, but that just didn't happen. But this team I am actually very stoked about. That's my Optic fanboy coming out, sorry. Now, I really hope Nadeshot has like a master plan up his sleeve, because getting rid of Kenny really leaves nobody on that team. I know Nadeshot wants to win championships, and it kind of just all fell apart from underneath of him, which is really unfortunate. There are still so many free agents still, and everything's kind of just talks at this point. It's not guaranteed that Kenny is going to leave LAT, but I really think that LAT is kind of in shambles next year at this point if they can't build a good roster. All right, moving on from the Optic subject, we do have some intel coming in. European Legend Zero, aka Trey, has officially announced his retirement from competitive Call of Duty. This man is a two-time tournament winner, a 2017 Stage 1 playoff MVP, 400,000 made in tournament earnings, played under Red Reserve, Splice, FaZe Clan, Subliners, and Ravens. Now shout out to Trey. I really do think Trey's a great guy. He's always hilarious on Zuma's stream anytime I tune in and they're playing together. He's always just good vibes, and I really do wish him the best. All right, to end this video here, I just want to cover a take that Jacob Hale came in and said. Feel like there are a few players that will be really interesting to see where they end up next season that haven't been talked about much. Looking at the likes of Afro, Cammy, Vivid, Assault, Nasty, Hook, all players that could/should be in the league next year. Now there's a couple names on this list that really aren't getting enough coverage in my opinion, just because all the other superstars are kind of being talked about at this point. Now for me, the first up is Afro. Afro in my opinion is freaking insane. I mean, anybody that watches this man on the map knows that he's just a dominant force. And I know last season he got switched out a little more than halfway through the season, but I just don't know why Afro kind of just can't find a place on a team and just make success when he's just so good of a player. I think he really needs some good players around him, and I think he's actually capable of winning championships. The next one is Nasty. Nasty last year on Ravens was actually destroying, and I don't think he gets enough credit just because he was on London. Now I'm going to go back to the LAT topic and how they're rebuilding. Honestly, if I was LAT, I would pick up Nasty and Afro and kind of build around them, because I really do think those two together could slay out. I also think Cammy is an amazing player, and I know that last season he kind of struggled, and I don't know what it was. It could have been the team dynamic, or it could have just been him and his mental. Who really knows? I remember when Cammy was on Toronto Ultra and everybody was saying how good Cammy was, but I think last season's performance kind of hindered him from getting on a top team this season. Last up is Hook, and I have heard rumors of him possibly teaming with Awakening, Standing, and Illy, but I don't really know how set in stone that is. Hook is a world champion. I don't see why any top team, including LAT at this point in time, wouldn't want to pick up Hook. Now I know Hook has been getting negative feedback when it comes to map awareness is what people have been giving him shit about, but say what you want, Hook is nasty. And when Hook's roaming, I think every team is a little worried when they see his name. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for the video today. I really do appreciate all the love and support recently. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and let me know your thoughts and concerns down in the comment below. Peace.